Okay, guys, I'm going to move on to number 12. Uh, again, we're going to find the slope of the graph at any point. What this is asking is to find the instantaneous rate of change of the graph at a single point. At any point, though, that means we're going to keep x in our answer. It also means find the derivative. Remember, all those three things mean the same thing. So we're going to do that for this one. Now, you actually know the derivative is going to be the 2 times the 2 and subtract 1 by the power of x, so it's just 4x to the power 1, which is 4x. You know you have to get that answer for part A. The question is, can you show me that you know how to do that using the definition of derivative, right? So take your time and do that. Hit pause on the video if you haven't tried it yet, right? Make sure when you do x plus h squared, you square it first, then multiply by the 2. That's the hardest part of this problem. Okay, I'm going to go down here and actually do it. 2x squared. Let's find the derivative of 2x squared. This is number 12. Okay, f of x is 2x squared. I don't know why I'm so big here. F of x is 2x squared. I want to find the derivative. Okay, first step, find f of x plus h, which is 2. All this x plus h goes in for x times x plus h squared. Now, order of operations says we've got to square this thing, then multiply by 2. So what you're doing in your head is you're doing x plus h squared, right? And then distributing the 2 times everything. Okay, so what is this? This is 2 times, now we just did x plus h squared. We've done this numerous times in this class. X plus h squared ends up being x squared times 2xh plus h squared. If you haven't foiled that out and tried that on your own, go ahead and do that. But the key to this problem is distributing this through everything there. There's all three terms, right? So this is 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared. Okay, that's the end of my first line. That's the hardest part of this problem, right? The rest is simplifying. Second step is to write out what f of x is. F of x is merely my 2x squared, which is nice. You see it's going to subtract out from the first line. Okay, third step, subtract them. So let me go ahead and write this out. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared. I'm just repeating what this is. Minus all of x squared, f of x, which is 2x squared, right? Now look what happens, right? 2x squared cancels out. I'm just going to get 4xh plus 2h squared. Again, it might behoove you to go ahead and factor out the h here before you plug into your formula for the derivative. Pull out the h, I get 4x on the left, and only one h comes out of here, so I just still get 2h inside. Now that is the numerator for my derivative equation. Remember our derivative equation, written up here in blue. Okay, you should know that by heart now. My derivative equation is f prime of x. Notice now I've changed to f prime. All this was f. Now I'm doing f prime. The derivative is the limit as h approaches 0 of, what's my numerator? My numerator is my line 3, where with the h factored out. I haven't canceled it out. I've only factored it out. But it gets divided by h. This is where the beauty comes in, right? The derivative. H cancels out. I get the limit as h approaches 0. I'm just repeating what I have over here. Of what now? How's that? H cancels out, so I just get 4x plus 2h. Now look at this beautiful thing. H gets plugged in 0 gets plugged in for h. That gets multiplied by the 2. 2 times h, 2 times 0 is 2. So I get 4x plus 0, which is 4x. Beautiful thing. That is the same as what I thought, right? I thought that f prime of x or y prime would be 4x. Indeed, it is. All my algebra shows that clearly. I need to see all that happen algebraically for you guys to show me that that is what it is. Okay, that is part A of number 12. Part B is to actually find the slope at a point that I've given you. The point is 5 comma 50. Okay, the point at 5 comma 50, which means that x equals 5 there. Now, f prime of x, let me write it out, is 4x, right? It's what we found there at the end of line 4. So if x equals 5, it plugs in there. F prime of 5 is 4 times 5, which is 20. Okay, that means the slope of the tangent line at 5 comma 50 on the graph of 2x squared is 20. It's pretty steep. Think about it. 2x squared goes up pretty quickly. So way over at 5, this thing has a very steep slope, right? Way up there at 5 comma 50. We're going to have a pretty steep slope of 20. Okay, that's the slope of my tangent line. That's the answer for part B. So we've used the definition. A lot of hairy algebra in here to get 4x, but that proves that our power rule is what it is. And we plugged in x equals 50, x equals 5, and we got a slope of 20. Okay, that's it for using the definition of derivative.